It is charged that John Bunyan, tinker of the town of Bedford, has devilishly called together several unlawful meetings to the great disturbance and distraction of the good subjects of this kingdom, contrary to the laws of our sovereign lord the king, and that he was apprehended and taken into custody on the 12th day of the month of November in the year 1660 for preaching at such an unlawful religious assembly.
John Bunyan, since you well understand that these meetings are against the law, if you will now promise not to call together or speak at such gatherings again, then you shall now be acquitted of these charges. What say you?
I dare not. My conscience will not allow it.
But surely you must know that those who come to hear you speak are nothing more than a company of foolish and ignorant people.
Then the foolish and ignorant are most in need of teaching. That is why I must go on with my work.
Silence! Silence!
I say again, John Bunyan, you must promise that you will not call the people together any more. Only then may you have your liberty.
And I say again that I cannot promise to leave off from the work to which God has called me.
Very well. Then you must be sent away to prison.
The Pilgrim's Progress, From This World to That Which Is to Come, by John Bunyan, dramatised for radio by Brian Sibley, starring Anton Rogers and Neil Dudgeon. Part 1. Escape from the City of Destruction.
As I walked through the wilderness of this world, I lighted on a certain place where was a den.
Oh, here's your new home, preacher man. In you go.
And I laid me down in that place to sleep. And as I slept, I dreamed a dream. And in this dream, I beheld a man walking in the fields near his home, his head buried in a book, reading.
Many sorrows shall be to the wicked.
How shall I describe this man? He looks familiar, as people in dreams are wont to do. Why, he might be me. Any man. Everyman.
Be quiet in there, do you hear?
I see this everyman walking and reading from his book.
I am troubled. There is no rest in my bones.
To and fro he paces. Upon his back, a great knapsack, bulging at the seams, strapped and buckled tight across his shoulders.
Oh, the weight.
The buckles will not undo.
It's so heavy.
The straps will not release.
What is this terrible burden I am forced to carry? My sins are as an heavy burden.
Who is this man? What is his name?
Whatever shall I do?
Let us call him...
Graceless! Graceless!
Oh.
So, with a heavy heart, Graceless returns home. Home to his wife and children.
Oh, there you are. What has been keeping you?
Oh, my dear.
Is something wrong, husband?
Father's crying. Why is Father crying?
Shh. Well?
Don't cry, Father.
I'm sorry, my dears. It's this great heavy burden on my back. It weighs me down so.
But why must you carry it around all the time?
I do not know how to be rid of it.
Just take it off. We'll help you.
I cannot. But that is only part of my pain and grief, for I have read in my book.
Ah, your book. Always reading and worrying. I wish you'd never come across that book.
What's in the book? Tell us.
Never you mind. Be off to bed now. Leave your father and I in peace.
And do as your mother says now.
But go on.
Good night, Father.
Good night, my dears.
So, what have you read in this book of yours now?
This place where we are living. It is the City of Destruction.
That's where you've always lived. It's where you were born.
I know, but we dare not stay here. We dare not. We are doomed.
What nonsense is this?
I tell you, this city will be burned by fire.
Oh, Graceless.
Fire! fire from heaven, and you and I and our own sweet children shall end our lives in ruin, except some way of escape can be found.
You're sick, my husband.
With worry, yes.
Some fever or other must have put this terrible frenzy in your brain.
No, listen.
No, you listen. Go to bed. A night of rest and sleep will settle your brain and clear away these fears.
Oh, please believe me, if we remain in this city, we are doomed. If I could only discover where we might go to be safe, you and I and the children...
They're not going anywhere, nor am I. Nor are you if you had any sense. And if you are thinking of going off somewhere, then you'll be going on your own.
How can I make you understand?
All I understand is that your mind is so full of sickly fantasies that you forget your duties as husband and father. And I'm not listened to any more.
In the days that follow, Graceless wanders the fields alone, reading in his book, crying out in despair.
Where shall I go? Where?
He looks this way and that way, as if he would run, and yet remains stock still where he stands.
What shall I do to be saved? Whatever shall I do?
Why do you cry out, my friend?
Because of what I read in this book. That I am condemned to die, and after that, to come to judgment.
You are afraid to die?
Well, I am. Because of this great burden upon my back. I fear that if I die, it will drag me down, lower than the grave, into the very depths of hell.
Then why stand here, waiting for that to happen?
Because I do not know where to go.
I will tell you.
Who are you, sir?
I am Evangelist, and the answer you seek is in this letter. Open it. Break the seal. Read what it says.
Fly from the wrath to come. But where? Where shall I fly?
To the celestial city, the city of gold.
And what will I find there?
A safe haven, peace, rest, perfect happiness, life everlasting.
But how do I reach this city?
The road is a long road and hard, a road beset with many risks and great dangers. You may not even survive the journey. Do you wish me to set you on the right path?
Yes, sir, I do.
Way over yonder, on the far side of those fields, do you see a gatehouse with a narrow gate?
No. No, I cannot see it.
Well then, do you see a shining light?
What? Yes, I think so.
Well, keep that light in your eye and go directly towards it.
And when I get there?
Knock, and you'll be told what you must do. But first, Graceless, I am going to give you a new name. From this day on, you will be called Christian.
Christian.
Now, run. Run, and do not look back.
I will.
Graceless, where are you going?
Run!
Graceless!
Life! Eternal life!
Come back! Father! Graceless! Don't leave us!
What's that idiot doing?
Where's he think he's going?
Eternal life!
Oh, he's lost his wits.
He's gone quite mad.
Oh, stop him, someone! Graceless!
Oh, we'll fetch him home again. What do you say, Pliable?
Well, it's our neighbourly duty, Obstinate. We'll bring him back.
By force, if necessary.
Stop a moment! Wait for us!
Neighbours, why have you followed me?
To make you give up this foolishness and come back with us.
That is impossible, Obstinate. You are living in the City of Destruction. I never knew its name before, but I do now. Just as I now know that all who live in that city are condemned to die.
What do you mean? What will happen?
I'll tell you, Pliable. We'll be thrown into a place that burns with fire and brimstone.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Oh, don't listen to him.
I beg you, come along with me.
What, to leave our friends and all our comforts behind?
Nothing that you'd be leaving behind would be worth comparing with even a little of that which I am seeking.
Is that really so?
And what exactly are you seeking, that you're ready to leave all the world in order to find it?
I seek that which I'm told is mine to inherit, a promised place in the City of Gold, the Celestial City.
The City of Gold? Oh.
But how do you know all this?
It's all here in my book.
Pam, away with your book. Will you come back with us or not?
Never. I cannot.
Very well. Come on, Pliable, let's go home.
But Obstinate...
Look, there's no reasoning with this crazy-headed fellow.
If what our good neighbour says is true, then the things he's seeking after are better than everything we have.
Oh, Pliable.
I think, in my heart, I'm inclined to go with him.
What? Another fool? Listen to me. Who knows into what trouble such a brain-sick fellow will lead you?
Well...
The things I spoke of which are ours to be had, and many other glorious things besides, which you will read of in my book.
Oh, it's all in the book.
Well, I think I've reached a decision.
Aha!
I intend to cast in my lot with this good man and go along with him.
Oh, madness and folly!
Tell me more about this place where we're going.
I can more easily see them in my mind than speak of them. But I'll tell you what it says in my book.
Oh. And do you think that the words in your book are true?
Oh, indeed they are, for they were written by one who cannot lie.
Then tell me about these things.
There is an endless kingdom where we shall live forever.
Oh, if that is true, then it's wonderful.
There will be no more crying, no more sorrow. For the owner of the place will wipe all tears from our eyes.
Well, how wonderful it all sounds. Let's hurry on as quick as we can.
I can't go any faster because of the burden upon my back.
Oh, we must go faster, or we'll be caught in this storm that's coming.
Believe me, I'm going as fast as I can.
Alas, being in great haste, they do not see that the ground is becoming soft and boggy underfoot, and that they are running directly towards a most woeful place, known as the Slough of Despond. Suddenly...
Help me, neighbour! Help!
I cannot reach you!
Where are we? What's happened?
I do not know!
Oh! Mud! Stinking filth! Is this the happiness you told me of?
The burden on my back. I'm sinking!
If this is what happens when we've only just set out, what other disasters can we expect to meet before we reach our journey's end?
It's sucking me under!
I can only get out of here with my life. I'm giving up on this foolishness and going home.
There's a branch. See?
Where?
There. That withered tree. Near the back.
Oh, yes.
If you can only reach it. And grab hold of it.
I've got it.
Now you can haul yourself out. Back onto the bank closest to your home. Nearest to the City of Destruction.
Oh, there. Out!
Pliable! Lend me a hand now! Help me out!
What? I risked falling in again! Oh, no!
Help! Please! Pliable!
You can have your celestial city all to yourself! And good riddance!
Pliable! Please!
Loss. 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 Loss.
Oh, help! Help! Help!
Sir, called me.
Help!
Yes, that is me. My name is Help. What are you doing in this foul place?
I was told to go this way to reach that gatehouse over there. On the way, I fell in here.
Give me your hand. There.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, I might have drowned in that terrible bog.
It is the Slough of Despond. Into this place runs all fear, doubt, and despair, bogging down unwary travellers, sucking them into the mire of despondency.
Well, I'm fortunate that you heard my cries. Why isn't this road repaired? So that travellers might travel safely.
It's certainly not the King's wish that it should remain in this state. His workers have attempted to mend this patch of ground for more than 1,600 years.
A long time.
Yes. And believe me, they have used the very best materials from every corner of the King's land, such as good instructions, wise lessons, and true examples. But nothing can repair the Slough of Despond. Tell me, why didn't you look for the stepping stones?
Stepping stones?
Yes. They were placed there on the King's instructions, and they are good and substantial, firm promises and true pledges that can be trusted and relied upon. And they run through the very middle of the mire.
And yet I did not see them.
Whenever there's a change in the weather and the slough fills up with its filth, the stepping stones can hardly be seen. And even travellers who do see them may still lose their footing and fall into the swamp. But you're on dry land again, and you can now go on with your journey.
Hey, wake up.
Huh?
Wake up.
Huh?
What's the matter with you, preacher man? You've not eaten your victuals.
I'm not hungry.
As you wish. Your wife sends food into you every day, probably going without herself to do so, and you can't be bothered to eat it. Well, there are others in this place who are less choosy. They'll be grateful for another crust.
We should all be grateful to the Lord for our daily bread, my friend. But I have no appetite for food.
It's no good wallowing in self-pity and despondency. Still, of course, you've only been here, how long now, 2 months?
63 days.
Yes. Well, you'll give up counting soon enough. Sooner if you don't eat, eh?
Sticks in my craw to eat when I know that those whom I love, as in truth you have said, are themselves going short.
Well, your answer's simple enough, innit? All you got to do is sing the tune those judges want you to sing. And if you don't, then you're going to be here a long time, ain't you?
Then I fear it will be a long time indeed.
Standing by your principles, are you? A fine and noble cause, eh? Yeah. How many children have you got?
I was left with 4 when my wife died. Then I married Elizabeth, who's been like their very own mother to them all. And now she's with child too.
And tell me, these principles of yours, they're worth more than your family, are they?
Being parted from them in this place is like having the flesh pulled from my bones. And the eldest child, Mary, is blind.
Then more shame on you. What kind of a man are you? Abandoning your children and a wife who's expecting, rather than compromise some precious old belief or other.
Do you think I don't know or care about their suffering? Especially that of my poor blind child, who lies nearer my heart than all I have beside.
Then face up to your responsibilities. Give up this pointless fight of yours.
That's what the devil wants me to do. Put myself before doing God's will.
Well, I hope God and the devil understand what you're doing, because I certainly don't. Now, all I see is a stubborn man, hell-bent on pulling down his house upon the heads of his family.
I have no choice. I must do it. I must do it.
Yes, well, I dare say you believe that, eh?
I do believe it. Oh, it would be easier if I did not. Oh, my dear ones, It cuts me to the quick to leave you, but what can I do? What can I do other than trust you all to God? Tell me, sir.
Have you a wife and children?
Your pardon, I was reading my book. Did you ask me something?
Merely whether you have a wife and family.
Why, yes, I have. But I'm so weighed down by this great pack upon my back that it's as though I had none.
Tell me, sir, aren't you that man who used to be called Graceless, but who now goes under the name Christian?
Yes, that is my name.
Yes, I've heard all about you. Everyone's talking about your leaving your family and setting out on a journey to the City of Gold. Let me introduce myself. My name is Worldly Wise. I live in the town of Earthly Procedures. Perhaps you've heard of it?
No, sir, I don't believe I have.
Oh, well, no matter. Might I venture to offer you a little advice? For I think I may safely say that I am a man of the world with much experience.
I'm certainly in need of good advice.
Well, then, I'd advise you, with all speed, to be rid of that ugly great burden that you're carrying. Until you're free of that, you will constantly be troubled in your mind and quite unable to enjoy the blessings of this life.
Well, I've been told that if I want to be free of my burden, then I should follow this road to a gatehouse with a narrow gate.
Who told you this?
A man named Evangelist.
Oh, shame on him. There is no more dangerous and troublesome way in the world.
Oh?
Indeed, yes. And I see that you have already met with some difficulty. Have you not?
I had the misfortune to fall into
the Slough of Despond. Well, believe me, that is but the beginning of the troubles you'll meet if you insist on following this road.
Are you sure?
Most assuredly. The stories concerning its dangers are legion.
Oh, but Evangelist said...
Evangelist? Tosh. Why put yourself at risk on the word of someone who's a complete stranger? Trust my words, young man. Continue on this road, and you'll have nothing but weariness, pain, hunger, and nakedness.
Oh, but
in fact, you'll find yourself facing all manner of perils. And in a word, death.
But the burden on my back is more terrible to me than any or all of the things you've mentioned.
What?
I don't care what I meet with, so long as I can be free of it.
Tell me, how did you come by this burden?
By reading this book here.
I thought so. If you'll hear me out, I can advise you of another way. A secret shortcut, close by. It will take you to where you can find the help you're seeking without facing all these unnecessary dangers.
Tell me this secret.
Over that way, in the village of Morality, there lives a man by the name of Lawful Ways. He has great skill in helping people to get rid of burdens such as yours.
How can he do that?
That book of yours is full of many rules and laws, chapter upon chapter, list after list. Those laws are complex and sometimes difficult to interpret, but Lawful Ways has a thorough understanding of such matters. He knows which need to be followed and which can be safely ignored. With his help, you'll be free of your burden in no time.
And then?
Well, if you are not inclined to go back to the City of Destruction, as indeed I'd strongly advise you against doing, you may send for your wife and children to live with you there.
I may?
Certainly. There are houses in Morality that are standing empty right now and may be had at very reasonable rates. You'll have a happy life, living amongst honest neighbours in a fashionable district.
How do I find my way to this honest man's house?
You see that high hill over there?
Yes.
Sinai, it's sometimes called. Many years ago, they say, the first laws were made upon that mountain. Anyway, go past that hill, and the very first house you'll come to is Mr. Lawful Ways.
I shall go and see him at once.
Very good. Farewell, and good luck to you, young fellow.
So, I see how Christian now turns and goes in search of the house of Lawful Ways, and how, after a while, he draws close to the towering hill Sinai.
It's very high, and it seems to
overhang the pathway. Suppose the whole hill were to fall on me. Oh, no! Oh, I can't go on. I daren't. What to do? What to do? Stand still. Very still. What then? Go on. Or go back? I don't know. Fire! Bursting out of the hillside. I'll be burned alive. Why did I listen to worldly wise? Whatever shall I do? Can nobody help me?
Christian! Did I not tell you to head for the narrow gate?
Yes, sir, you did.
Then why have you come so far out of your way?
I met worldly wise, who sent me to the village of morality to seek the aid of a man named Lawful Ways in getting rid of my burden. But now that I see how dangerous this road is, I don't know where to turn.
Stand still and give me your book, so that I may show you some words that are written there. The just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. Do you understand this?
Tell me, sir, though I fear to hear what it means.
You are the man who has drawn back, rejected the advice of the Most High King, and left the path of peace in search of other ways that can only lead to your eventual destruction.
Then I am ruined. Here, on my knees, I beg forgiveness.
Give me your hand, Christian. Get up. All manner of sins will be forgiven you, so be not faithless, but believing. Listen. Worldly wise thinks that by living in the village of morality and believing that he is following the laws of that place, he is free of the burden of sin.
It is not enough to be moral and lawful.
Many laws were made over the years, but no one can keep them all, not even with the help of Mr. Lawful Ways and his skillful interpretation. This truth is attested to by the Lord of the Hill, whose word sears the skies. This is the truth, he cries. All who fail to do what is written in the book of the law are cursed. Therefore, those who seek to live only by following the law are doomed to fail and to be brought to judgment.
Oh, I am worse than 1,000 fools. Is there any hope for me?
You have abandoned the good road and followed a forbidden path. But providing you now keep on the right road and reach the gatehouse, you will be let in.
Then I will. I will.
Go then, and Godspeed.
Never before now have I known what it was for God to stand by me at all turns. Never was Jesus Christ more real to me than here. I have seen him, felt him.
John.
Never in all my life have I had so great an insight into the Word of God as now.
John?
Elizabeth? Oh, my dearest. I long for your visits.
And I, my dear.
How are you all faring?
Oh, we go on somehow.
Let me look at you. Oh, Elizabeth, you look so thin.
I'm fine.
My prayers are constantly for you and for the children.
We get by, and we will, as long as we have to. The congregation do what they can for us.
Charity? Is my family living off charity now?
John.
How can it be right that poor people who are themselves hard-pressed should be shouldering the burdens of my family?
Well, perhaps they do it out of love and respect for you. To support you in the only practical way they know how.
No, but it's hard to accept.
No harder for you than it is for the children and myself.
Elizabeth,
I wouldn't have you do anything other than what the Lord tells you to do, but you must allow others to follow what they believe the Lord is saying to them too.
You're right.
And it may not be for long. The jailer tells me your case is to be heard again soon. Pray God you'll receive justice and be given your freedom. Meantime, we must be hopeful for the best. Oh, keeping busy. Writing.
A dream.
A dream?
A waking dream. I had thought to write some other book, but all these people and incidents came crowding into my head, demanding to be brought to life, given their say.
A story, you mean?
No more than that. A vision. And one that God is, day by day, opening my eyes to see and understand.
Well, could you not write something that might open other people's eyes to your plight? And the plight of all those others who may not have your wisdom or way with words, but who are being persecuted by these unjust and godless laws.
This task is from God.
And the other could not be, I suppose.
I believe that he has burdened me with this, perhaps to bring some good purpose out of bad.
All I know, John, is that there are days when I wonder if I shall be able to put bread in front of the children. I mean, that would be bad enough. But to see no end to that struggle is cruel indeed.
Forgive me, my dear. But you know the Lord's way. The full purpose of those things that happen to us now is always beyond our present understanding.
Oh, mine, certainly. I must go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Elizabeth! I must try to hold on to these thoughts and ideas that are given me. My pilgrim has set out on his journey. I have no choice but to match his pace upon the road.
Haste. I must go on with all haste.
Never stopping, never speaking to anyone on the way, running like someone crossing forbidden territory. And in time, Christian comes to the gatehouse with the narrow gate. An inscription is written above the door.
Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. May I come in? Perhaps they won't open to someone so undeserving.
I am Goodwill, the gatekeeper here. Who are you?
Christian, a poor burdened sinner from the city of destruction, seeking a way to the celestial city. If you are willing to let me in.
With all my heart.
Thank you.
The gate! The gate! Spring your arrows!
Inside, quick!
The gate!
What's wrong?
Inside!
What happened?
Enemy arrows. Not far from here is one of the many castles of the Lord Beelzebub. His soldiers are ordered to shoot arrows at pilgrims trying to reach this gate, hoping to kill them before they can even enter.
To be truthful, if I died, it would have been no more than I deserved.
No one who genuinely wants to enter here, no matter what they have done on their journey, will ever be turned away.
Where do I go from here?
Follow the path up from the gatehouse. And in a little way, you will come to the interpreter's house, where you will be shown things that will help you on your way.
Welcome, Christian. Welcome.
You are interpreter?
I am. In this house, many truths may be learned, and many mysteries made clear. So, open your eyes, ears, mind, and heart, and come in.
Thank you.
We will begin here with this painting, the first of my treasures. Look, and tell me what you see.
It's dark. Too dark to see clearly.
Look again.
Oh, yes, I see now. A portrait of a man.
Not any man.
He has a book in his hands, and his eyes are raised to heaven. A crown of gold hangs above his head, and it is as if he were pleading with me, with all mankind.
That is so, for his work is to know and to explain all the difficult things that every sinner needs to understand.
Patience! I want it! I need it! I must have it now! Wait! We've been told we must wait. Won't wait. Why should I have to wait? I don't like waiting. Because if we wait, we'll be given what's been promised to us. But I want it now!
Children! Children!
One seems full of anger and passion. The other is calm and patient.
Now, passion. Patience. Your father has told you that you will inherit everything promised to you when he is ready. But until then you must wait. Now run along.
Why is it always wait? Why not? What's the hurry? Because it's my inheritance. I want what's due to me, but I want it now. And if I can't have it now, then I don't want it.
Why do you show me those children?
You will see and understand in due time. Till then, you too must wait. Meanwhile, come. Parlour. Go on in. Look around. Isn't this the most exquisitely beautiful room you have ever seen? The carved wood, the marble floor, the stained glass, the delicate painted ceiling.
But the whole room's covered in dust. Thick dust everywhere.
So it is.
But there's a broom over there.
There is.
Then why isn't the room ever swept?
All the broom would do is stir up the dust into great clouds that would choke the sweeper and still not clean the room.
So the room must remain shrouded in dust?
No. Standing alongside the broom is a bucket of water. If I first sprinkle water all around, that settles the dust, and the room can then be swept.
Why have you shown me this?
This parlour, Christian, is like a human heart, covered in the dust of original sin. The broom is the law of the king. It stirs up the sins, but cannot sweep them away. But the water is the good news that there is a man who by his life and death settles the dust of all sin and allows the law to make a clean sweep.
And the room is indeed beautiful.
Come, there are other things to see.
Oh, what is this? An iron cage. Old and rusted. It was not here before.
Or else you saw it not.
What is kept in this cage? Some wild animal? Some fierce beast?
Not an animal.
Not a man, surely. It is a man. I see him now, beneath that heap of rags. He wears chains and shackles. Oh, what a pitiable creature. Who are you, sir?
Ask me rather who I was.
Who were you, then?
Once, like you, I was a traveller on the road to the celestial city. I thought I understood the dangers and pitfalls of that road, and along the way, when I could, I helped others to set out upon the same journey.
And now?
Now I am the man you see, shut up, chained and shackled, and there is no escape.
But how did this happen to you?
I left the path I was following to pursue the pleasures and profits of the world. I took great delight in them, I assure you. Now every one of them is a burning snake that bites and stings and gnaws at me.
Is there no hope for you?
Hope? Oh, no hope. No hope at all.
Oh, but I thought the king of the celestial city was forgiving and merciful.
I shut myself off from all his promises, and now I am shut up in here, in the iron cage of my despair, with nothing but fearful threats of judgment and damnations.
Come, we must leave him. There's nothing that can be done for him now.
I am doomed to an eternity of misery.
Remember that man's fate, Christian, and be warned.
I don't have to wait. Well, I'm going to wait until Father's ready to give me what he has for me. Your inheritance, I don't have to wait for that anymore.
Why not, Passion?
Because I've all I want now.
You do?
Someone else offered to give us whatever we wanted if we give up our inheritance. Ha! Patience refused. I didn't want it. Silly fool. I want what Father has for me, and Father asked us to wait. Why wait for something you may never get if you can't have it now? I've got what I want. It's all mine and it's mine now. Passion! Passion! Passion!
Let us sit by the fire a while.
It reminds me of the days of my childhood. Sitting by the fire, seeing pictures come and go in the flames.
What do you see in my fire?
What I always thought I saw when I was little. Castles. Oh, but it is there. A castle in the fire. A grand palace, stately and regal, with people walking upon its battlements, dressed all in gold. And below, standing around the gate, a crowd of men with armour and weapons. The palace guards?
No, they have no place within, so they stand outside in the hope of stopping others from entering.
And over there, to one side, a person sitting with an open book and pen and ink.
Before anyone can go into the palace, they must first give their name to that person.
Someone is approaching now.
He is named Valiant. But even though his name has been written in the book and permission to enter has been given, there's still the hazard of those armed men at the gate. Drawing his sword, Valiant approaches the gate and prepares to fight.
Well, he'll never get past them. There are too many and too strong for him. He'll be killed. He will never reach the gate.
But if he succeeds, then that gate will swing open wide, and the king who lives in that palace will say, "Come in, come in. Eternal glory awaits you."
The vision fades. I believe I know the meaning of this vision. That palace is the goal of my journey. The celestial city.
And like Valiant, you may be called to fight before the gate is open to you.
Oh, I shan't be able to. I don't have the strength or the courage.
Well, Christian, you must think about this. And about all the things that I have shown you.
I will. For they fill me both with hope and fear.
Then keep them always in your mind. And now you must take your leave of me. And of these two children, Passion and Patience.
What has happened to Passion?
She's lost everything. It's gone! Every penny all gone! She had everything when she wanted it, and now she's lost it all. Nothing left! It's all gone!
You see, Christian? Passion is a child of the world. Patience, a child of the world to come.
Meaning that it is better to wait for the things that are to be, rather than to lust after the things that are now.
The things that are seen are passing, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Now, there, straight ahead of you, lies your road. It was made by many who have gone before, and is as straight as a rule can make it.
Are there no twists and turnings? No side roads or by-lanes which a stranger might take and lose his way?
Many, but they are crooked and wide. You can always tell the right road from the wrong one. Your road is the straight and narrow one.
There are walls on either side?
There are. They are the high walls of salvation, and they will prevent you from straying from the path.
And the road looks steep.
It is steep, and the burden on your back is heavy. But this is the road you chose.
Yes, it is.
Then take it. And may the one who comforts be ever at your side to guide you towards the city of gold.
Farewell.
Farewell. And Godspeed.
I see clearly now, as with new eyes. I understand as I have never understood before. Christian, despite the great weight of his burden, takes new heart, and sets out upon his way. And though the path is steep, He runs, as though his very life depends upon it. Up and up, until at last he comes to a place upon which there stands a cross. And a little below, at the base of the hill, a sepulchre, an open grave, an empty tomb. And there, suddenly, the great heavy knapsack upon his back that has weighed him down so long and so wearily begins to come loose. Buckles snap. Straps give.
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
And finally, it falls from his shoulders. Away it tumbles, back down the hill into the gaping mouth of the empty tomb.
He has given me life by his death. How can it be that I've been freed from that great burden simply by looking upon this cross?
Peace be with you.
Coming to greet him, 3 shining ones, dazzling messengers, angelic beings.
Christian, your sins be forgiven. See, your dirty, ragged clothes are gone. We give you new garments to wear. Upon your forehead we put this mark. And we give you this scroll, a sealed certificate. Take it, Christian, and guard it well.
And see that you present it when, at last, you come to the celestial gate.
Gladly.
And all peace and blessings go with you.
Freed from my burden.
Refreshed, reborn, with a new lightness of heart, a renewed determination to reach my goal.
Oh, spare me the sermon, Bunyan.
Huh? I was caught up in my thoughts. Such heavenly thoughts they were.
Well, I've a thought to bring you back down to earth. You're to have a visitor later today.
Elizabeth?
Justice Foster.
Ah.
You do well to listen to what he has to say.
I can guess all too well what he will have to say.
Look, you don't want to be in here. They don't want you in here. And I don't want you in here. You're a confounded nuisance, Bunyan.
I try not to be.
This is a jail, for pity's sake. For keeping thieves and murderers under lock and key. Not providing accommodation for overzealous preachers. So listen to what Mr. Foster has to say.
I cannot, will not say that I agree with what is contrary to my beliefs. I will not be a hypocrite.
No, I don't understand the law. I just lock and unlock doors. But Foster understands the law and all its formalities. If he can show you the right road to take, then go along with it.
There is but one road ahead of me. It is straight and narrow, and it is walled by salvation. And that is the road that I must take.
This is my road.
I'm going to fall off the wall. Just jump down. Come on.
Well, hello there. My name is Hypocrisy.
I am Christian.
And this is my good companion, Formality.
Pleased to meet you. We're from the town of Much Boasting and are headed for the Celestial City.
Then why are you climbing over the wall of salvation? Shouldn't you have come in at the gatehouse with the narrow gate?
The gate? Oh, the gate!
Well, the gate is at the beginning of this way, and according to my book, he that cometh not in by the door, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
Oh, really, sir? Do we look like thieves and robbers?
Well,
Ask anyone in Much Boasting, and they will tell you that to go in by the gate is considered far too long a way around.
Are you sure it's lawful?
Lawful? Of course. People have been coming this way for years. Any judge would hold that a custom that has been followed for so long must be completely lawful.
Besides, Providing we get onto the right road, what does it matter which way we reached it?
You got onto this road by coming through the gate, we by scrambling over the wall. We're all on the same road.
Oh, but I followed this road according to the rule of the Lord of these kingdoms. You have reached it by yourselves and without following his directions.
Well, I can't see how your way is any better than ours.
Nor are you any better than us, just because of those fancy clothes you wear.
These clothes were given to me in place of the ragged ones I wore by those who serve the king of the celestial city. I met them at the cross, where the great burden I was carrying fell from my shoulders and set me free.
Oh, well, we don't have any burdens to worry about.
And since we're not dressed in rags, we're not bothered about having new clothes.
I also have this mark upon my forehead.
Oh.
This is a guarantee that I am travelling according to the king's will, as is this scroll that I was given, and which I must hand in at the celestial gate as a token that I may enter. You do not have these things.
We do not need them.
We certainly do not.
Then I must leave your company and go on alone.
Oh, very well.
You do that.
So they all go on their way, until eventually they come to the foot of a high hill. It is named the Hill Difficulty, and although its sides are very steep, Christian begins at once to climb.
Christian, where are you going now?
I must climb this hill.
Whatever for?
This is the way my path lies.
You really don't need to go over the hill difficulty.
It's much easier to go round.
I have to follow the right road, however steep and difficult it may be.
Well, I'm taking this road, to the left.
And I'm going to take this road, to the right.
Better, though difficult, the right way to go, than wrong, though easy, where the end is woe.
And woe indeed it is for formality and hypocrisy. Formality takes an easy-looking road called, if he did but know it, the way to danger.
Hello?
A road that soon leads him into a great, dense, dark wood.
Hello? Where am I? Can't see where I'm going. This way? Or that? Lost. I'm lost. Help me, someone! Help me, please!
But formality will never find his way out again. As for hypocrisy, he takes the other path, called, if he had but inquired, the road to destruction.
What's happened to the road?
This way leads him to a bleak landscape, strewn with great rocks and boulders.
Where's it gone? Oh, careful. Mustn't fall. Help me, someone! Help me! Please!
But hypocrisy soon stumbles, falls, and does not get up again.
You are amused, neighbour Bunyan?
Mr. Foster?
Mr. Justice Foster, yes. I will come directly to the purpose of my visit. Your case is to come before the assizes. You know that? Well, it is, and it can easily be avoided. Do you not see that it is folly for you to remain in prison when you might go free today?
How would that be possible, Mr. Foster?
Simply promise not to call the people together for any more of these illegal religious meetings at which you insist on speaking.
But have I called them together?
Are you saying that you haven't?
Well, if a man sits in the marketplace reading aloud, as he's free to do, and other people who have not come to hear him read nevertheless stop and listen, can it honestly be said that he has called them together?
Oh, honestly, Bunyan, if you're going to waste my time...
What do you want me to say? If you wish, I can promise not to force anyone to hear me.
Yes?
However, if I go where there are people already met together and anyone asks me a question on a matter of faith, then surely I may use whatever wisdom I have for the salvation of their souls.
But that is not your work. Not only are these meetings illegal, you have no authority to preach. You're a tinker, not an ordained minister of religion. Follow your own calling and leave off preaching.
Why shouldn't I do both? I believe it my duty to do as much good as I can, not only in my trade, but also in communicating what knowledge I have of the Word of God.
Even if, in doing so, you make other people neglect their calling?
How?
Well, do I really need to lecture one so versed in Holy Scripture? Because by bringing people together on the Sabbath, you keep them away from church, and that is against God's law. The Bible says that God commandeth people to work 6 days and serve him on the seventh.
Mr. Foster, it's the duty of everyone to take care of their souls every day, not merely on the seventh.
You are determined to be the cause of your own ruination, Bunyan. Jailer! Jailer! You would do well to consider what I have said to you. Jailer! If you do not change your attitude, you might find, when your case comes before the court, that the justices take a different view of your crimes, and that, rather than merely commit you to imprisonment, consider a more appropriate sentence, such as banishment or hanging.
Part 1 of The Pilgrim's Progress starred Anton Rogers as Bunyan and Neil Dudgeon as Christian. Alec McCowan played Evangelist, Don Warrington Beelzebub, Anna Massey Interpreter, and Peter Bowles Caged Man. Caroline Lee Johnson was Elizabeth, Johan Meredith the Jailer, and Derek Waring the Judge. Philip Fox played Pliable, and Chris Moran Obstinate. Jamie Barbakoff was Help, Lydia Leonard Goodwill, and Cherie Taylor-Baptiste played the Angel. The children were played by Sophie and Naila Levy. The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan was dramatised for radio by Brian Sibley. The music was composed by David Chilton, and the director was Pam Fraser-Solomon.
You're listening to the Mystical Magpie channel. Please subscribe.
John Bunyan, tinker, of the town of Bedford. You were on the 12th day of the month of November, in the year 1660, apprehended and taken into custody for preaching at an unlawful religious assembly, to the great disturbance and distraction of the good subjects of this kingdom, contrary to the laws of our sovereign lord the king. You will be sent to prison, and there remain until you will promise and swear that in future you will abandon all such illegal practices. Take him away.
The Pilgrim's Progress, From This World to That Which Is to Come, by John Bunyan, dramatised for radio by Brian Sibley, starring Anton Rogers and Neil Dudgeon. Part 2, The Journey to Vanity Fair.
As I walked through the wilderness of this world, I lighted on a certain place, where was a den. And I laid me down in that place to sleep. And as I slept, I dreamed a dream. I see in my dream a man called Christian, who lives in the city of destruction, and who is weighed down by a great burden strapped to his back. Reading of the terrible fate that is going to befall his city, he sets out upon a pilgrimage to the celestial city. After encountering many difficulties on the road, he comes to a narrow gate and is directed to a hill on which stands a cross. Here, Christian's burden falls from his shoulders. He continues on his way, following the road up the side of the hill difficulty, stumbling and scrambling on hands and knees. Then, halfway to the top, he comes upon
a garden,
put there by the Lord of the Hill as a place of rest for weary travellers.
Oh, it's so peaceful here. Oh, mustn't stay too long. Oh, lie here for a while. Get my strength back. Maybe take a look in the scroll that the three shining ones gave me at the cross. It is a good thing to give thanks unto the Lord, and to sing praises unto thy name, O Most High.
So, Christian, at ease for the first time on his journey, slumbers and then falls into a deep, deep sleep. The hours pass.
How long have I slept? It's late. It's almost night. I shouldn't have lost so much time. I must go on at once.
Hurry! Hurry!
We're going to catch us!
Stop! Can't stop! Too dangerous!
Whatever's wrong?
Barely escaped with our lives. I'm timorous. This is mistrust. We were going to the Celestial City.
Oh, as am I.
Then turn back now. Well, you can.
Why?
Great savage beasts!
Right in our path.
Couldn't have passed them without being torn to pieces.
We turn back.
So will you, if you've any sense.
Come on. Come on. Let's get out of here. Quickly.
Take our advice. Fly for your life.
Fly where? Where can I go to be safe? To go back to the City of Destruction is nothing but death. To go on, maybe to go on in fear of death, but beyond it, life everlasting. On. I'll go on. I'll look in my scroll for some words of encouragement. No. No. It's gone. Gone. Oh, where can it be? What will I do? I shall be turned away at the Celestial Gate. Oh, I must go back. Look for it. Find it.
Back he goes, looking on this side and on that.
Oh, what a fool I am. Oh, God forgive me for my stupidity.
Till he comes again to the garden, where he searches high and low for the scroll, but in vain.
Oh, I'll never find it. What am I going to do? Where? Here? Here?
Seek, and ye shall find.
Oh, here! Oh, here! Yes, here! Oh, thank God! Thank God! Oh! And now, and on again, on again. Oh, to think I could have made this journey in daylight instead of gloom and darkness. Oh. Can I get by them? Lights. Over there. Between the trees. A house. Somewhere to stay the night in safety. It's a large house. A palace, more like. Oh, lions!
Perhaps I should turn back.
Hello there! Pilgrim! Where are you going? You cannot turn back now!
I'll never manage to reach your house along this path!
Oh, the lions, you mean?
Yes, the lions!
Have you so little courage? The house you see is the Palace Beautiful, and my name is Watchful. I am the porter here. Now listen to me.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of the lions. They're here to test the faith of travellers who come this way and to discover those who have no faith at all.
Well, it's hard to have faith faced by such a danger.
Oh, yes, my friend, it is. But I'll tell you this. The lions are chained up.
I can't see any chains.
Well, of course not. If you could see the chains, then you would not need to rely on faith. Now, walk forward and take care to stay in the middle of the path. Oh, come, will you not try?
Yes. Yes, I will. They are chained. They are. I can't see the chains, but they're there. They can't reach me. They can't. Oh, they really are chained up.
Keep walking. You're almost there.
Well done, Pilgrim. Welcome to the Palace Beautiful.
Whose house is this?
It was built by the Lord of the Hill as a safe haven for pilgrims.
Then might I find lodging here for the night? The way ahead is dark and I am tired and hungry.
I will call for one of the daughters who will live in this house. According to the palace rules, it is for them to decide whether you may come in and stay a while.
Welcome, sir. My name is Discretion.
I am Christian.
A pilgrim, my lady, seeking lodging for the night.
Very well. Sisters? Christian, these are my sisters.
Prudence, piety, and charity.
Ladies?
Sisters, a weary pilgrim asks if he may stay in our house.
Having made so many mistakes and taken so many wrong turnings, I am perhaps not worthy to come in.
There are few who are.
And fewer who know it.
Well said, Piety and Prudence. Charity?
Let him enter, so that he can rest and be refreshed.
Then we are agreed. This is the house of the Lord of the Hill. You have his blessing and we welcome you. Come in. Drink and eat, Christian, for food from the Lord's table will refresh and nourish you.
Thank you, my lady.
What made you take up the pilgrim's life?
It was when I realised that the city where I lived, and all of us there, were doomed to destruction.
I wonder. Prudence?
Do you sometimes think of that country you came from?
Yes, I do, but only with shame. Besides, I long to live in a better country, and I believe that the celestial city is that country.
Well, what do you hope to find there?
Oh, I hope to be rid of all those things that I most dislike in my character. But most of all, I hope to see alive the man who hung dead upon the cross. Though I know all too little about him, I love him because he took away my burden.
What else have you heard about that place?
I've heard there is no death there, only life everlasting.
That is the reward that awaits every faithful pilgrim at the road's end.
Are you married? Do you have a family?
Yes, I am, and I do.
But you did not bring them with you?
I tried. I told them the little that I had learned, but they could not, or would not, understand.
Well, it was a hard decision to leave behind those you love and set out alone upon this road.
Yes, it was hard, Charity. It is hard.
Remember how you discovered the road that you are on and found the courage to take it. Pray, then, that those you love and have left behind may make the same discovery and one day follow in your footsteps. Now, it is getting late and you should take some rest. We have a room prepared for you, the best in this house. Its window opens towards the rising sun, and it is called Peace.
In the morning, we will help prepare you for the journey that lies ahead. Come.
Follow me, I will show you. This is the study.
So many books.
Indeed, there are a great many. Some tell the story of the Lord of the Hill himself.
Some recount the heroic and courageous deeds done by others in his name.
Others list the names of those who have lived and died in his service.
There is much to be learned from these volumes. Also kept here are rare and precious items of great antiquity.
That is the staff that parted the waters to make a path through the Red Sea.
And over there are the trumpets that were blown to bring down the walls of the mighty city Jericho.
And there is the slingshot and stone with which a mere shepherd boy slew a giant.
And here is the most priceless of all our treasures. Inscribed on this great scroll is the family tree and pedigree of the Lord of the Hill. It is possible to trace his ancestry back to the beginning of all beginnings, showing the Lord of the Hill to be the true son of the Ancient of Days. Always remember that you are shown these things. Now it is time for you to go on. But because many dangers lie before you, we will first take you to the palace armoury. Christian.
My lady?
Put on the whole armour made for you by the Lord of the Hill, so that you may withstand an attack from the Lord of Evil or his servants.
To protect your legs, put on these greaves. They are truth.
Your feet shall be shod with the gospel of peace.
Put on the breastplate of righteousness.
Take the shield of faith.
The helmet of salvation.
The sword that is the word of the Lord.
And take this blade too, more powerful than any two-edged sword. It is called prayer. Now come, and we will see you to your road. Now, look away there to the south. What do you see?
A beautiful country.
That is Emmanuel's land.
Does it belong to the Lord of the Hill?
He gave it as common land to be enjoyed by all the pilgrims who come by this road. And beyond are the Delectable Mountains. When you reach them, you will see clearly all the way to the Celestial City.
Will I meet any other pilgrims along the way?
There are always pilgrims travelling this road. Watchful? Our porter Watchful will know.
My lady?
Have any other pilgrims passed by today?
There was one, my lady. I asked his name, and he told me it was Faithful.
Faithful? Well, I know him. He's a near neighbour of mine in the town where I was born.
He was so determined to reach the Celestial City that he wouldn't stop for a rest.
How far is he ahead of me?
He'll have reached the bottom of the hill by now, but you're both following the same road, so you may well meet him along the way.
Thank you, Watchful, for your help and kindness to a poor pilgrim.
Godspeed, my friend.
Now be careful and watch your step. The path leads down into the Valley of Humiliation, and it is steep and slippery.
Here is a loaf of bread for your journey.
And a bottle of wine.
And a handful of sweet raisins.
Thank you.
Now, farewell, Christian. And may you safely reach the Celestial City.
Farewell.
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 This must be a great humiliation.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Cobb, Clerk of the Peace.
Mr. Cobb?
Yes, a terrible humiliation. To be locked up like a common felon.
I have no complaints, Mr. Cobb. The Lord for whose sake I've been imprisoned was himself treated as a common fellow.
You should beware of the sin of presumption, Bunyan. In any event, I have been sent to tell you, yet again, that you must submit yourself to the laws of the land. Or else...
It sounds, Mr. Cobb, as if you've come to threaten me.
Or else it will go worse for you when your case next comes before the court. Even, as you've already been told, to your being banished and exiled, or worse. Well?
I've answered this matter many times.
Yeah, and believe me, sir, you will answer it again, if you refuse to heed my advice. Submit to the laws of the land, Bunyan, and leave off organising those religious meetings. You know they're forbidden by law.
That law was made so that someone with an evil purpose against our land might not use the pretence of religion to cover their wickedness.
That is so.
But my only purpose in meeting with others is to encourage one another towards a greater knowledge and understanding of God's holy word. It's certainly not to disturb the peace of the nation.
But what does that prove? Someone whose intentions were to bring about the ruin of the kingdom and commonwealth would say precisely as you have done.
I am a loyal subject of the king, Mr. Cobb. But, like His Majesty himself, I am first and foremost a loyal subject of the King of Heaven.
Yes, I dare say. But I really don't think you need be quite so stubborn. Why can't you submit to the law and still try to do as much good as you can in a neighbourly way, without having organised meetings?
Teach individuals in private, you mean?
Exactly so. There's no law to prevent that, and I'm sure you'd do much good to the Church of Christ if you do that.
If I may do good to one in that way, then might I not also do good to two? And if two, then why not to 4? Or 8?
Or to 100, I dare say.
Then, sir, to follow your argument, I should not be prevented from doing as much good to the greatest number possible.
How many times do I need to tell you you are not an ordained minister? And the law will not tolerate your holding these public meetings.
And how many times must I tell you? I dare not ignore that gift which God hath given me.
Well then, suppose you were to keep your peace for a while, sit still, and see how things go.
And tell me, Mr. Cobb, what do I say on the day of judgment, when God asks me why I did not do my duty, but behave like a traitor to Christ?
It seems that you're not to be reasoned with. Jailer! What good can you do your friends if you're sent away beyond the seas, into Spain or Constantinople or some other remote part of the world?
I hope you're listening to Mr. Cobb.
And what if the judgment on you is not banishment, but death?
Oh, he'll probably go to the gallows defending those principles of his.
If that is what is required of me, yes.
Do you not fear the thought of the hangman's noose?
I've seen men hanged, and there were precious few who could climb that ladder without fear.
If that is my fate, then I pray that God will not forsake me in such a dark hour. And if he will use my last words to convert one soul among the crowd that come to see me die, then my death will not have been in vain.
Well, I truly trust that it will not come to that.
My judgment upon you is death. You are a traitor and shall die a traitor's death.
What monster is this?
The scaly skin of a fish, the mouth of a lion, and the feet of a bear.
A foul fiend!
With great outstretched dragon wings.
Fire and smoke!
Belching from his belly.
I am Apollyon, servant lord to the all-powerful Lucifer. Apollyon, the mighty angel of the abyss. Be in great fear of me and tell me where you are going.
I am going to the Celestial City!
But you live in the City of Destruction! I am the ruler of that place, and you are one of my subjects and a traitor! I would strike you dead with one blow, now! If I didn't have hopes that you might still be of service to me.
But serving you was hard! No man could live on your wages, for, as it says in this book of mine, the wages of sin is death!
Very well. Turn back now, and I promise that in future you shall be better rewarded.
I have already agreed to serve another. the Prince of Princes!
It's quite usual for those who declare themselves to be his servants to later give him the slip and come back to me. If you decide to do the same, then all will be well.
But I have put all my faith in him! I have given him my word!
Yet you once did the same to me.
But the promises I made to you were made when I was ignorant of the truth!
I see. And have you considered what is likely to become of you? How most of his servants come to a bad end.
Many would consider it a glorious fate to suffer for their king.
Strange that he never comes to save those who say that they serve him. I, on the other hand, have often rescued, either by power or fraud, those who have faithfully served me, but who have then had the misfortune to fall into the clutches of him or his servants, just as I am now offering to rescue you.
I do not require rescuing! Do you hear me? You no longer have any power over me!
Do you hear me? Do you?
John, it's all right. Burning up with fever. 2 days, day and night.
Foul demon!
It's your Elizabeth. I'm here.
Monster!
All the time, calling out, shouting about devils and demons.
I do not belong to you! I belong to another! To the Prince of Princes!
I am an enemy of your prince, and I will not permit you to take another step upon this road.
This is the King's highway! The way of holiness!
I care nothing for that! I swear by my infernal kingdom that upon this very road I will spill your blood! See this lightning dart? It will sear through you like a knife and cut you to the soul. Now, Christian, prepare to die!
Put on the whole armour made for you by the Lord of the Hill.
Put on the breastplate of righteousness.
The helmet of salvation.
And take the shield of faith.
The shield? You cannot trust your shield to protect you. I have weapons beyond your worst nightmares. Now! Those wounds are but the beginning of all that you will suffer before I am done with punishing you.
Take the sword that is the word of the Lord.
Do you know this weapon? This sword is the word of the Lord, whose word is truth!
You dare to strike me? You think your sword can resist the fire from my belly? So much for the sword of truth. I have you now. This next blow is your doom.
Reach out! The sword is within your grasp.
Seize it, Christian!
Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall rise. Go, foul demon.
You have won this fight, but not the battle.
Begone! I here give thanks to him that has delivered me out of the grip of Apollyon.
These are leaves of the tree of life. Place them on the scars of your battle, and your wounds will be healed. Now, good Christian, drink some wine.
Drink. He must drink.
Another valley ahead.
Here, John.
Bleak, arid desert.
Just a little sip.
Chasms, crags, bottomless pits, drought and desolation. No one in sight.
This is the valley of the shadow of death.
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 The way ahead is dark.
Dark as pitch.
No sky.
Only clouds of chaos and confusion.
The path is narrow.
I can scarcely see where I'm putting my feet.
Darker still.
Who's there? Oh, look out! You'll knock me off the path! Stop! I am armed! This sword is the word of the Lord, and I will walk in the strength of the Lord! So many demons.
Everywhere. Surrounding me.
Wanting me to trip and fall. But I must go on.
I must.
Why?
Yes, why go on?
Where are you going, anyway?
To the City of Gold.
The Celestial City.
If it's really there.
But it is.
It is.
Oh, yes, you've been told that it is. But that doesn't make it so.
I have to follow the advice of those who put me upon this road.
I believe what I've been told is true.
And how many other pilgrims have you met coming this way?
Only ones that have been headed in the opposite direction.
This is the King's Highway.
The road laid down by the Lord of the Hill.
And what do you know about him? Really?
That he died upon the cross.
The very cross where my burden fell from my back.
That he rose again and lives forever.
How do you know he rose from the dead?
How do you know that he died?
How do you know that he ever lived?
Now on. On. Step by step.
Through this ever-darkening gloom.
This is a hellish place.
Holes and pits, traps and snares, filled with
bones,
ashes and burnt remains.
Heat and smoke.
Right here, in the very midst of death, is the yawning mouth of hell.
No sword can help me here. What am I to do?
Put up your sword. And take instead that other blade, more powerful than any two-edged sword. It is called prayer.
O Lord, I beg thee.
I beseech thee.
Deliver my soul.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no ill, for thou art with me.
Hello? Hello?
Morning.
The fever's broken.
Oh, thank God.
It is morning.
Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life.
Faithful? Hello? It is Faithful, isn't it?
Yes, Christian, it's me.
Oh, well, wait for me, won't you? Faithful, wait for me.
I daren't. I fear for my life. I must go on.
Then I'll have to catch you up. And since we're both headed for the Celestial City, we can travel on together.
Look up ahead, Christian. It seems you're to have company on the road. Hello!
Why, hello there!
Are you going, like us, to the Celestial City?
Of course, of course! To the heavenly country. Where else?
Then we can all go on together and have some profitable conversation about...
Profitable, you say? Oh, indeed. In fact, I always find it very, very acceptable to talk about those things that are profitable and good for me. There are all too few in this world who are willing to invest time in such conversation. Most of the people I meet seem only to wish to be chitter-chattering about things that are of absolutely no value at all.
I know this person. She comes from our town. She's called Talkative.
Well, then, let's talk. There can be few better things to talk about on earth than the things of heaven.
How very true. Nothing is more pleasant, or, to use your word, profitable. If a person delights in talking about the mystery of things or the history of things, or if they love to talk about miracles, wonders or signs, where shall that person find things recorded that are so delightful and so sweetly penned than in the book of books?
Yes, as long as such talk is helpful and leads to a better understanding.
But of course! What else? That is surely what I said. For to talk of such things is undoubtedly, I will use the word again, profitable. It is because so few enjoy talk of this kind that so many fail to grasp the need for faith, or the need to work at acquiring such knowledge of things eternal.
Except that heavenly knowledge is a gift that is given, not something that can be got by work, or only by talking about it.
Yes, well, I know that, of course. I know it very well. No one can receive anything except that it be given from above. I could show you the truth of that in 100 passages in the great book. Anyway, let's talk.
What would you care to talk about?
Anything at all. Whatever you wish. I will talk about things heavenly or things earthly, things past or things to come, things natural or supernatural, physical or mystical, moral or immoral, sacred or profane, things foreign or things at home, things old or new, large or small, things profound or things absurd, things essential or things trivial and circumstantial, anything, everything, just so long as it is profitable.
Before we embark on such a lengthy conversation, I think I should tell you that I know a great deal about you.
You do? Have we ever met? I think not, or am I mistaken? Oh, it is possible. I carry so much knowledge in my head that it must happen every now and then that I misplace a fact or fail to recognise a face. Anyway, if you know so much, my friend, then you better tell me what you know.
Your name is Talkative, and you come from our town, the City of Destruction. Your father was Mr. Saywell, and you lived in Prattling Row.
That's no secret.
Nor is the fact that you are known as a person who is ready for any sort of talk, especially when you are comfortably settled for some gossip over the coffee cups.
How dare you? I always speak sincerely and devoutly of matters of faith and belief.
But speaking is not necessarily believing. Religion can be on the tongue, but not in the heart.
Do not for one moment suppose that to be true of me.
Well, then you deny what people say of you, that you seem to be a saint in your conversation, but are a sinner in your heart. An angel to any who listen to you, and a devil in your own home. That you talk and talk and talk and talk, but do not believe.
Very well. Since you are ready to believe such slanders and to judge me by the tittle-tattle of others, I shall leave you and make my journey alone. I wish you good day.
No, wait.
Let her go. The loss is no one's but her own. Besides, she has saved us the trouble of leaving her.
And yet, I hope she will think over what we have said and maybe change her ways.
But will she ever reach the Celestial City? Then again, will we?
Come, we must go on.
Peace be with you, my friends.
Evangelist!
You know him too?
He was the one who set me on this road.
And me.
I am glad to find you together.
Oh, I owe you much. Your good advice and encouragement has helped me this far on my journey. I am pleased to see you again.
So am I, not just because of all that you've done for us in the past, but for your wise words as we face the rest of our pilgrimage.
Well, I sowed and you have reaped. But tell me, how have things gone for you both?
We have faced all kinds of dangers and temptations, but we have survived.
So I see. Come, let us walk as we talk. Your journey is like a race. A prize awaits you at the end. Sometimes pilgrims set out upon the road and get this far or farther, only to then allow someone to take their prize from them. You have faced so many trials and tests, but more await you. So believe without faltering in those truths that you have been told about, but which, being invisible, you cannot see. Do all that you can, and remember that you have all the power in heaven on your side.
And what can you tell us of the road ahead?
We will shortly come to the town of Vanity, where a great fair is held all year long.
What do they sell?
All and sundry. At Vanity Fair you may buy many things that men reckon to be rare and of great value, but much else that any but a fool would count as worthless: lusts, pleasures, and delights, and every debasement and degradation that can be imagined.
It sounds terrible.
It is, and you will meet many enemies there.
Then shouldn't we take some other road?
You cannot. The road to the Celestial City runs through Vanity Fair.
Then every pilgrim has to come this way?
That is why the master of the fair, the Lord Beelzebub, built it here upon this road.
It has been here long?
Vanity Fair has stood on this spot for some 5,000 years, and even the Prince of Princes, when he was here, passed through it to reach his own country. Beelzebub offered him everything, even to become Lord of the Fair, if he would only acknowledge Beelzebub's greatness.
And was he tempted?
Even for a moment?
No! He left the fair without giving Beelzebub's vanities so much as a glance. Ah, we're almost there, and I must leave you to go on alone.
Will we get safely through?
Here, one of you will be called upon to seal your promises to the Lord of the Hill with your blood. Although your death will be unnatural, and your pain perhaps great, the one who dies will have an advantage over the other in that you will arrive at the Celestial City sooner, as well as escaping many of the miseries that the other will encounter upon the remaining journey.
This is a fearful thought to take with us into the town.
It would be enough to make many turn back.
It would. Be brave, and commit the keeping of your souls to the Lord of the Hill, and the one who reigns in the City of Gold. Farewell!
Farewell, good evangelist.
Farewell! Well then, faithful, let's go into the town. Though I truly wish that the Celestial City could be reached by any road other than this.
I wish so too, but this is the road to the City of Gold. This is our road.
Vanity of vanities! All is vanity! Welcome! Welcome! On behalf of our good Prince Beelzebub, Lord and Master of the Fair, we beseech you to come and enjoy the thrills, delights, pleasures and pains of Vanity Fair!
Every yard of every street lined with stalls.
Every stall surrounded with eager customers.
Everything that the world desires, lusts and hungers after may be purchased here. Come and buy, my friends. Come and buy.
Glorify your reputation. Win admiration for your name. All the best titles and honours. Knighthoods, lordships and ladyships. Earldoms and dukedoms, bishoprics and sainthoods.
Lands for sale, good rich lands for sale. Estates and properties, kingdoms, dominions and principalities. Village, town or city, province, country or continent. We hold deeds and title, proof of conquest, invasion, occupation and domination.
Look at the crowds thronging round the stall.
There's certainly no shortage of people willing to buy.
Deck yourself in finery, rare gems and precious metals, finest gold and purest silver, diamonds, sapphires and rubies, emeralds and garnets, opals and pearls, moonstones and bloodstones.
Satisfy your appetites, eh? Feed your senses. Feastings and drinkings, lustings. Husbands and wives and mistresses. Lovers and cuckolds. Excess and incest. Whores, bawds, trollops and tarts. Boys and girls for girls and boys. Fulfill your fantasies. Indulge your dreams, thievings and deceivings, stealings and cheatings, robberies and lies.
days, quarrels and brawls, fights and feuds, cut-purses and cut-throats, intrigues, assassinations, and murder most foul.
This is a fearful town.
Hey, strangers, what's your hurry? Won't you linger a little and view our wares?
Where are you from? And why on earth are you dressed in those really strange clothes?
We must be careful what we say.
And remember what it says in my book. Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity.
What are they whispering to one another about?
Yeah, we won't have no secret talk or plotting against us and our trade.
That's right. Hey, you two. What will you buy?
Here, Jeff. Hey, what will you buy?
Come and buy from our stalls like honest men.
We buy only the truth.
The what?
The truth. Only the truth.
Truth? What is truth?
I see none here for sale.
How dare they think they can mock our trade?
They take us for fools.
Troublemakers, that's what they are.
Well, if it's trouble they want, we can give it to them.
That's right. Let's show them a little Vanity Fair hospitality.
What is all this hubbub? Yes, it is the Lord Legion, Lieutenant to His Royal and Imperial Highness Prince Beelzebub, Lord and Master of Vanity Fair, who demands to know the reason for all this noise and confusion. Now, explain.
These men, my lord, have come into the fair and caused uproar and riot.
They mocked the fair and abused our merchandise.
You two, who are you? Where have you come from? Where are you going?
We are pilgrims and strangers to this town.
On our way to our own country.
Where might that be?
The Celestial City, and the road to it lies through Vanity Fair.
Oh, yes. That we know. And what have you to say in answer to these charges?
We are the ones who have been threatened and abused, and we gave no occasion for such treatment.
What? None?
When these traders asked what we would buy, all we said is that we would buy only the truth.
Oh, the truth. You may have come here in order to disrupt the running of this great fair, or you may be nothing more than madmen. It matters little which. Whip them! Beat them! Put them in chains and throw them into the iron cage in the market square, so that all may see their fate and take it for a lesson!
So, Christian and Faithful are locked up in the cage as a spectacle for the amusement of the townsfolk. But despite the harshness of their treatment, the pilgrims return only good words for bad, and bless those who abuse them.
How many more days must we spend in this cage?
Courage, Christian. All will be for the best as long as we hold on to our faith.
Christian, Faithful.
Yes? Yes, can we help you, friend?
Here, I brought you some bread and wine. Don't let anyone see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know our names. What is yours?
I can't tell you. It's too dangerous. I shouldn't have come. It's too dangerous.
Don't be alarmed.
We won't put you in any danger.
Well, I can't stay long. The traders will be here soon. But I wanted to talk to you. To ask you...
Yes?
To speak plain, I've begun to wonder about the hold that certain things have over me. I mean, the things sold at our fair. All the treasures, riches and pleasures of the world. You came here, but you were not buy from any of the stalls. Why was that?
Because the things that are sold in Vanity Fair will in the end destroy the soul. Everything that the people in this town value most highly leads only and inescapably to death.
Then how can I avoid that fate?
By entrusting your life, body and soul to the Lord of the Hill, the one who died on the cross, the Prince of Princes, the son of the King of Kings, who rules for all eternity in the celestial city.
Where can I find this man?
In this book. Every word written here is more dependable than anything else that exists in heaven and on earth. Take it, read it, and in its pages you will meet with the one man who can save you.
I will. Thank you. I must go.
I pray you will find the one you seek.
Although we do not know your name, friend, we will keep you in our thoughts.
And you will be in mine. My name is Hopeful. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Hopeful.
Goodbye.
How is your grand apartment, gentlemen?
Does it meet with your requirements, oh high and mighty Pilgrim?
We are content so long as our Lord requires that we be here.
It's not your lord that keeps you in this cage.
It's the impeachable justice of Vanity Fair.
And all the chains and shackles they're wearing.
If it is his will, he will set us free in his own good time.
Set you free? I'd like to see that.
Why don't you let them be?
Yeah. Why should I?
They've done you no harm.
That's right.
And what exactly has it got to do with you?
Well, I'd say they seem like decent enough folk.
True enough. I can think of plenty of people living and working in this town who are more deserving of being locked up in a cage than these men.
Aye.
Who do you mean, eh? Who?
Oh, many. Very many.
Whose side are you on?
It seems to me that you're in league with these troublemakers.
Speak to my wife like that, or you'll feel like what?
Friends, please don't fight over us. Fighting will never settle an argument.
You be quiet or we'll settle your arguments once and for all.
I told you, leave them alone.
Supposing we don't.
Perhaps we'll have to make you.
Ha! I think not.
Enough! I said enough! This is the second riot in these streets in as many days. I will have no more of it! It seems that it was not enough to make an example of you two. Your continuing disruptive behavior is a menace to the peace of this town. You shall be brought to court to answer for your offenses. Take them away to await trial.
The trial. It's to be in 3 days.
Elizabeth, I didn't hear you arrive. 3 days.
About the trial.
I've been very busy, not just with my writing. The jailer makes fun of me, you know. Scribble, 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 he says. When are you going to be done with all this scribbling? When I've finished, I tell him. Only the Lord knows when that will be. Now they put me back to work.
But you're only just getting over your sickness.
I'm fine. Making bootlaces is hardly strenuous work.
It's all wrong. You labouring away making bootlaces like some common lout in a lock-up.
I'm a tinker by trade. I learned long ago not to take pride in how I earn my living, but in how well I do it. Besides, you can sell them. God knows you can use the money. Here. Though they'll make you precious little, I fear.
We'll manage. I'd have been glad of the extra if there'd been another mouth to feed. If I hadn't lost the baby, I mean.
My dear, I know.
No man could ever know. Carrying another living soul as part of you and then to lose it. Bring it struggling into the world and watch the life go out the little body and go cold and grey.
There are still the other children. Their own dear mother, may she rest in peace, could not have loved them more.
Yes, I loved them. Loved them for their own sakes and for your sake as their father. But I still long for a child that's yours and mine.
We'll have another, Elizabeth.
When? When you finally get out of this place, and when will that be? And how old will we be then? John, at the trial,
Elizabeth,
can't you find a way to agree with what they ask? I beg you.
For all our sakes, your health, the family, us.
You know the answer to what you ask.
Yes. Yes. I know you have to stand by what you believe. Do what God tells you to do. If you did anything other than that, then you'd not be the man I love. But I'll say this. I don't know what the Lord God thinks he's doing.
My dear.
But I dare say he does. And if he cares to make his mysterious ways known to us, and I for one will be very grateful.
And if he doesn't, then we must still have faith and hope for the best.
John Bunyan, the accusation against you is that you have instigated several unlawful meetings and have devilishly and perniciously abstained from attending church to hear divine service. How do you answer these charges?
Until my imprisonment, I was, by grace, a member of a congregation of whom Christ is the head.
But did you or did you not go to church? You know what I mean, to the parish church.
No, sir, I did not.
Why?
Because it is not commanded in the Word of God.
We were commanded to pray, were we not?
Not by the common prayer book.
How then?
By God's Holy Spirit. As the Apostle Paul said, I will pray with the Spirit with understanding.
But we might pray with the Spirit, with understanding, and with the common prayer book.
The prayers in that book were made by men, and not by the Holy Ghost working within our hearts.
What then do you consider to be prayer? Mumbling over and over the first few words that come into your head, eh?
A man might have many elegant or excellent words, and yet not really pray at all. While another man might pour out his heart before God, and use fewer or far less excellent words.
Surely it must be lawful to use the common prayer book, since Christ himself taught his disciples to pray using the words, Our Father which art in heaven. And those very words are to be found in the Book of Common Prayer.
There are very few who can say the first two words of that prayer, Our Father, that is, call God their Father, knowing what it is to be born again by the Spirit as God's children. And if they do not know that, then it is nothing but meaningless babbling.
Take heed of speaking irreverently, for you bring great damage upon yourself. We know the common prayer book has been in existence since the Apostles' time, and is lawful to be used in the church.
Show me one text of Scripture that commands me to read the common prayer book, and I will use it. Those that have a mind to use it may do so. But for my part, I can pray to God without it. Blessed be his name.
And who is your God? Beelzebub? I believe it is likely that you are possessed with the spirit of delusion and of the devil.
May the Lord forgive you, sir.
It is not I that stands in need of forgiveness. John Bunyan, hear your judgment. You are to be taken back to prison, there to lie for 3 months. At the end of that time, if you do not submit to go to church and leave off your preaching...
Know this, sir. If I was out of prison today, then, by the help of God, I would preach the gospel again tomorrow.
If you do not leave off your preaching, you must be banished from the realm. And if, after such a day shall be appointed for you to be gone, you shall still be found in this realm, then, and I tell you this plainly, sir, you shall be stretched by the neck for it. Away with him!
Part 2 of The Pilgrim's Progress starred Anton Rogers as Bunyan and Neil Dudgeon as Christian. Alec McCowan played Evangelist, Don Warrington Beelzebub, and Graham Crowden Faithful. Caroline Lee Johnson was Elizabeth, Johan Meredith the jailer, Derek Waring the judge, and Stephen Thorne Cobb. Eve Karpf played Discretion, Jamie Barbakoff Prudence, Cherie Taylor-Baptiste Piety, and Lydia Leonard Charity. Rachel Atkins played talkative. Philip Fox, watchful. Damien Lynch, timorous. And Chris Moran was the clerk. The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan was dramatised for radio by Brian Sibley. The music was composed by David Chilton, and the director was Pam Fraser-Solomon.
John Bunyan, tinker, of the town of Bedford. You were, on the 12th day of the month of November, in the year 1660, apprehended and taken into custody for preaching at an unlawful religious assembly, to the great disturbance and distraction of the good subjects of this kingdom, contrary to the laws of our sovereign lord the king. You will be sent to prison, and there remain until you will promise and swear that in future you will abandon all such illegal practices. Take him away.
The Pilgrim's Progress, From This World to That Which Is to Come, by John Bunyan, dramatised for radio by Brian Sibley, starring Anton Rogers and Neil Dudgeon. Part 3, The Road to the Celestial City.
As I walked through the wilderness of this world, I lighted on a certain place, where was a den, and I laid me down in that place to sleep. And as I slept, I dreamed a dream. I see in my dream a man called Christian, who, having escaped from the city of destruction, sets out upon a pilgrimage to the celestial city. During his journey, he experiences and learns much, as well as encountering both friends and foes upon the way. Christian meets Faithful, a fellow traveller upon the road, and they continue together, coming at last to the ancient town of Vanity, where a great fair is held. Here, the two pilgrims are accused of being troublemakers, and are brought before the courts.
Silence! Silence! The Supreme Court of Lord Beelzebub, His Honour Judge Hategood presiding.
Read the indictment.
It is charged that these men, Christian and Faithful, common pilgrims passing through Vanity Fair, are enemies of our good citizens, having disturbed the trade done by our merchants, and having corrupted hitherto law-abiding townsfolk to an acceptance of their dangerous beliefs. In contempt for the laws of this town and of our great, high, and noble ruler, Prince Beelzebub.
How do you plead to these most heinous charges?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Well, we shall see. Is the jury sworn in?
Yes, my lord.
Then let them declare their names before the court.
My lord. Jurors! Mr. Closed Mind.
Mr. No Good.
Miss Malice.
Mr. Live Loose.
Mistress Lovelust.
Mrs. Headstrong.
Mr. High Mind.
Madam Enmity.
Mr. Liar.
Squire Hate Light.
Miss Inflexible.
Christian and faithful miserable defendants, how do you answer the charges that you are disturbers of the peace?
We made no disturbance, for we are men of peace. Silence! And any who chose to follow us were won over to our views because they understood the truth of which we spoke. Any change in them is for the better, not the worse.
We have only opposed those who oppose the Prince of Princes, who is the highest of the high. And as for your Prince Beelzebub, we defy him because he is the enemy of our Lord, the Lord of the Hill.
Silence! Are there witnesses to these men's offences?
Yes, my lord.
Then let them take the stand.
My lord. Citizen Envy. Give your evidence.
Envy, my lord. I wish you to advise the court that I have known the man who calls himself Faithful for a long time.
That is not
Silence.
true.
Continue.
He has no respect for Prince Beelzebub. He has nothing but contempt for the laws and customs of our town.
Anything else?
Yes, my lord. I heard him say that it is impossible to be a follower of his so-called Prince of Princes and to do business or even live in Vanity Fair.
If that is not true, if it is possible to believe in the Lord of the Hill and, at the same time, to live and work under the authority of Beelzebub, show me the error of my ways, and I will take back the remark.
You seem to have forgotten that it is you who is on trial. Next witness.
Citizeness Buttertongue.
What do you know about this man, Faithful?
My good and wise Lord Hategood, and you honest members of the jury, this fellow I too have known for a long time, and I have heard him speak with what I can only describe as contempt, not only of our most noble ruler, Prince Beelzebub, but also of his honourable friends.
Against whom has he spoken?
So many I can hardly recall them all. The Lord Carnal Pleasures for one, the Lady Luxurious for another. Oh, yes. And the Lords Lechery and Greedy. Also, although I am not sure whether I ought to refer to it,
give your evidence, man.
I have heard this man speak with great contempt of your lordship and of the court over which you preside. What was it now that he called you? Ah, yes, I remember now. An ungodly villain!
So, Faithful, you stand charged with the most iniquitous of crimes.
Be careful, Faithful. Yes, I have heard them. May I speak a few words in my own defense?
You deserve nothing better than to be put to death upon the instant. But, to show how merciful we are, let us hear what you have to say.
I will say only this. The lord of this town, the Prince Beelzebub as you know him, and all the rest of the rabble of attendants whom Buttertongue named, are more fit to live in hell than in Vanity Fair or anywhere else in this country.
Is that all?
Yes. And may the Lord have mercy upon me.
You do right to call upon his mercy, for you can hope to find none here. Members of the jury, you see before you these men who have caused so much dissent and uproar in our town. As for the one who calls himself Christian, it is our judgment that he be sent back to prison to serve a term there before being escorted to the borders of our town, beaten, as befits so low a criminal, and set upon his way under pain of death, never to return. Away with him!
No! Faithful and I stand together! No! Wait!
Farewell, good Christian. Godspeed.
Now we turn our attention to this other man, Faithful, so-called. Members of the jury, it is your solemn duty to decide whether this man is to live or die. How say you?
Die! 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 Die!
So, watched by Christian from the barred window of his prison cell, Faithful is dragged from the court into the market square. Here, they chain him to a stake, heap bundles of wood around his feet, and set him on fire.
I place my trust in my master and friend, the great prince who is the Lord of the Hill.
Faithful! Faithful!
I commit my soul into the keeping of the one true king who is ruler of the celestial city, in whose realm I pray that I shall find safe passage. Amen.
And now I see, appearing behind the crowd, a chariot and a couple of horses waiting for Faithful. And, at the very moment of Faithful's death, he is taken into the chariot and carried up, up, up through the clouds and away, away to where the gates of the celestial city swing open wide.
Sing, Faithful, sing, and let thy name survive. For though they killed you, yet you are alive.
Eventually, when Christian has served his term in prison, he is escorted from the town of Vanity Fair, and, beaten, blooded, but unbowed, sets out upon his way once more.
Christian! Christian! Wait! Wait for me!
Hopeful?
Yes, I want to come with you, on your pilgrimage, if you'll let me go with you.
It's not for me to allow. It's your journey as much as it's mine. But yes, I would welcome a companion on the road. Since the death of my good friend Faithful,
My hopefulness may not be as great as his faithfulness, but it was because of him that I found the courage to take this road, and I'll travel with you until we reach our destination, or for as long as we're allowed to journey onward.
Well said. Because Faithful held to what was true, he was consumed by fire. But like that mythical bird of old, the phoenix, you have risen out of his ashes.
Hope! That's the thing, my dear. Never lose hope. Lose that and you lose everything. Hey, Bunyan, your wife's here to see you, man.
Elizabeth!
John.
I'll not lock the door on you. I reckon I can trust you after all this time. A year's a mighty long while to be in prison on account of your religion. Mind you, I don't claim to understand much about religion myself. So long as I don't meddle in God's affairs, he don't meddle in mine.
You really should show the Lord a little more respect, my friend.
Yes, always trying to save my soul.
There isn't a soul that's not worth saving.
Some more than others, I dare say.
My dear, it's been so long.
Forgive me, John.
2 weeks or more without a visit. Every day when my dear blind Mary comes with my food, I ask where you are, why you haven't come.
I've been busy.
Huh? I see.
I've been trying my best to secure your release, but I didn't want to build up your hopes. I began by petitioning the justices, telling them that you'd been wrongly accused, but they dismissed my appeal.
Well, that's hardly to be wondered at.
He is convicted and it is recorded, they said. If that's so, I said, then it is false. So Justice Twiston asked, putting on a show of surprise, "What are you saying? That your husband's willing to leave off preaching? If so, then send for him."
You know that I won't agree to their terms.
To which I said, "My lord, he dare not leave preaching as long as he can speak."
I'm sorry, I doubt it.
Anyway, I told them you only wanted to live peaceably and follow your calling so as to support your family. I've got 4 small children, I told them, that I cannot help myself, of whom one is blind. You're a young woman, they said, to have 4 children. My lords, I replied, I'm only their stepmother, though I was myself with child when my husband was first arrested, but soon after it was born, it died. And I added, not to demean you, John, but because it's God's honest truth, and we have nothing to live upon but the charity of good people.
Elizabeth.
What? I shouldn't have said that. I think they ought to know what hardships they've inflicted upon you and your family. Anyway, Justice Twiston was unmoved and said she makes a cloak of her poverty. As I hear it, Bunyan earned a better living by preaching than by following his own occupation.
Well, it's never earned me a penny. But it's true I could have had no better living.
I appeal to them. He preaches nothing but the word of God, I said. The word of God, shouted Twiston, and I thought he was going to strike me. His is the doctrine of the devil. And they sent me away.
Oh, my dear. I'm sorry you were abused for your pains.
But I didn't give up. I went to London.
London?
To the House of Lords. There I saw Lord Barkwood and presented my petition, and he showed it to some of the others, and when they'd seen it,
They said that they would commit your release to the judges at the next assizes.
You are a wonder and a treasure, my dear.
So, there's hope again.
Yes, there is. Oh, and how it refreshes the soul. Like drinking deep from the water of life. Helpful, come and drink.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, for some reason, I suddenly feel less weary. What a beautiful place. The river, the green fields on either bank.
So many trees, all laden with fruit. At least we shan't go hungry for a while.
I feel tired, but pleasantly so. And it feels as if it's permitted for us to rest here a while.
You're right, and that meadow, filled with lilies... I can smell the fragrance from here. Shaded by those great trees would be a perfect place to rest.
We're fortunate that this idyllic spot has been provided for our refreshment by the Prince of Princes, for I seem to know that this place is his.
Here, in fields that are green all year round, the pilgrims lie down in safety and take their rest. When they awake, they gather fruit from the trees, drink from the river, and set out once more upon their journey. But they've not gone far before the river winds away in a different direction from the road they have to follow.
What a rough road! Rocks and stones and pitfalls. I wish we could continue along the river path.
So hard on the feet.
Oh, look! Over there, Hopeful, on the other side of that fence. A path running alongside this one and through meadow grass rather than this rocky road.
Supposing it takes us off the beaten track and we get lost.
I'll just jump over this stile and take a look. Oh, yes. As I thought. This path's much easier.
But, Christian...
hurry up.
There's a signpost, Christian.
Come on over.
But it says Bypath Meadow.
Look, we can see the footpath we were on from this one. It's perfectly safe and far more pleasant.
Oh, very well. But we must be careful.
Oh, there's someone else on the path. We'll make sure this is the right way. Hello, good sir.
Yes? Can I help you?
We're two pilgrims, Hopeful and Christian.
Oh, how do you do, my friends? I'm False Confidence.
Can you tell us where this path leads?
Well, that depends on where you're going.
The Celestial City.
Ah, the Celestial City. If you carry straight on, I'm sure this path will take you right to its golden gates.
Didn't I tell you?
And you are sure?
Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be getting along. Oh, it's almost night. Goodbye.
He's right. It is getting dark.
Then let's hurry. We've wasted far too much time already.
I can't see a thing.
We must keep on going.
I know we've left the path.
Well, how can you be so sure? Oh, what was that?
Christian, we're lost. Well, aren't we? If only I'd kept to what I knew was the right road.
Who could have known that this path would take us out of our way?
I knew! I was afraid of going this way from the start. I told you, but you wouldn't listen. I should have insisted. What a fool I am.
Hopeful, my good friend. I am sorry. Please forgive me. If you can.
Yes. Yes, I forgive you. And who could tell? Perhaps some good will come from this mistake of ours.
I am lucky to have you for a companion. Oh, but what are we to do? Turn back? Try to reach the stile again? Oh, we're not going to make it. We'll be washed away and drowned.
Over there. See? A small hillock with trees on top. We can shelter there and hope that the storm dies out before the water gets that high. There. Now, let's rest and try and sleep until it's morning and we can see where we are and where to go.
Wake up! You hear me, you little rats? Wake up!
Christian!
What is it? Get up on your feet!
Christian, it's a giant!
Where are we? In my fields, trespassing! Trampling over my crops! Lying on my ground!
We're sorry, sir. We didn't know this was your land.
So you say? I know trespassers when I come across them. Who and what are you, then?
Oh, we are pilgrims. I am Christian. This is Hopeful. We're on our way to the Celestial City.
The Celestial City? The way to that place doesn't cross my lands. Never has, never will. You're up to some mischief. Skulking and spying, sneaking and prying.
We weren't doing anything of the sort, sir.
We don't even know who you are.
What? Not know who I am? Well, I'll tell you, my little grubs. I am Despair. That is my name. Giant Despair.
What are you going to do with us?
I shall generously extend to you the hospitality of my home.
Your home?
Yes. It's called Doubting Castle. Now, get up. Come on, up. It's only a short stretch for a giant, but a wearisome long way for such short-legged insects. Up!
But good sir...
Now! March! 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 Down there!
What's to happen to us now?
You'll find out that when I'm good and ready. Now, please, make yourselves at home in what's the deepest, darkest, dankest dungeon in Doubting Castle.
Well, Despair, what are you going to do with those prisoners?
I'm undecided, my dear. Undecided.
Why? Trespassing, were they?
Yes, wife, they were.
Wretched little pilgrims scuttling off to the Celestial City and across our lands.
I know my own one.
Yes. And I know what I'd do with them.
What would that be, my doll?
In the morning, take your great crabtree cudgel and beat them without mercy.
Yes. Yes, I will. Without mercy.
Good. After all, that is the price of accommodation in Doubting Castle.
Doubts? Do you never have any doubts, neighbour Bunyan?
Doubts may assail us all, Mr. Cobb, but we must not permit them house room in the soul.
As always, you're generous with your spiritual guidance. Now, I'm told you are under the misguided impression that your case is to be reheard by the courts.
My wife was advised that it would be by a member of the House of Lords.
Oh, I'm sure their lordships have far more important matters to consider.
More important than the administration of justice? As a clerk of the peace, you cannot believe that.
Your case will not be heard again for the very good reason that your case has been heard.
The jailer told me it was set down in the calendar.
Well, we'll see about that. Jailer! Bring me the court calendar. You've been told that you will only gain your freedom if you stop calling together and addressing meetings. But you won't agree to do that. Therefore, it would only prove a waste of the court's time to further deliberate upon your case.
Mr. Cobb?
Neighbour Bunyan is hoping that his case is due to be reheard by the court.
Oh, so it is, Mr. Cobb. Set down in the calendar for the next assizes with leave from the High Sheriff.
Let me see. Well, this is a false calendar. This information is incorrect.
Your pardon, sir, it is not. This is the calendar that we use...
I tell you, this calendar has been falsified, and the falsification shall be blotted out, now, and I shall use the prisoner's pen with which to do it.
Mr. Cobb.
Sir.
There. There is no prisoner of the name of Bunyan on the calendar for the next assizes, nor will there be at any time in the future.
Then how long must I be kept here?
Until you agree to cease preaching your seditious beliefs. Or until the Lord God Almighty calls you from your deathbed to stand before his judgment seat. Death! That's all you've got to look forward to.
Please, no.
You'll never escape this dungeon.
We beg you!
You'll be beaten down by despair until I've crushed every bone in your puny little bodies.
Please, let us go, sir.
We'll never trespass on your lands again.
Indeed you won't. Here, use this rope. Hang yourselves and save yourselves more needless suffering. Why choose to live when life is filled with so much pain and bitterness?
Well, hopeful, what shall we do? This existence is miserable. I honestly don't know whether it's worth going on living like this, or whether it wouldn't be better to do as he says and hang ourselves.
I too would almost welcome death more than the prospect of even one more day of life in this grim place. But we should remember that the lord of the country we're going to made the decree, "Thou shalt do no murder." Surely that doesn't just mean murdering one another, but also taking our own life. After all, if I were to kill you, I'd only be destroying your body. But kill myself, and I'd destroy my body and soul.
What then? We endure this suffering till we starve to death, or die from the wounds and injuries giant despair inflicts on us.
But whatever happens, we mustn't allow despair to drive us to become our own murderers.
I do not have your faith and conviction.
Have you forgotten the hardship and terror you have experienced on your journey?
No.
Why are you now reduced to nothing but fear? Listen, I've been wounded, same as you. I'm as hungry and thirsty as you are. I've not had the same experience of life that you've had, nor travelled a road as long and hard as you. But I'm determined, if at all possible, that we should escape from the grip of despair.
Well, aren't you coming to bed, Despair?
I'm thinking, my dear, about those wretched prisoners.
Oh, do you mean to say that they haven't done away with themselves?
No, not yet, my dear.
What?
Well, they're sturdy rogues, my treasure. Willing to suffer all hardships rather than take their own lives. It's almost as if they're hoping to escape.
Escape? Escape? Supposing they find some way out?
No.
You can't trust these pilgrims. The merest chance, or the tiniest chink of hope, they'll find and use it. Mark my words, Despair. If you don't finish them off, you're going to go down there one morning and find that cell door standing wide open.
Open? Open? What is the meaning of this? Why is this prisoner's cell door standing wide open?
Mr. Cobb.
So he can walk free, I suppose.
I've no intention of trying to escape.
Your intentions are irrelevant. You are a prisoner, Bunyan. That's why you're in this place. A cell in a jail with a door that locks from the outside.
I can explain, Mr. Cobb.
Oh, please do. I'm most intrigued.
Well, Bunyan's been a prisoner here for more years now than any of us care to count. He's never caused any trouble. In fact, he's always done everything he can to help others in this place. Reading or writing for them that can. Praying with the sick.
And preaching his seditious gospel at every opportunity, I dare say.
I can assure you, Mr. Cobb.
And I can assure you, Bunyan, that I will tolerate this no longer. You may have chosen to flout the law when you enjoyed your freedom, but you will not do so here.
But, sir...
And I can assure you, jailer, that if you fail to keep this prisoner under lock and key, you will lose your job and find yourself occupying the next cell. Now, lock it.
You can put as many locks as you wish on this door. You can bar and bolt it if you like. But you'll only ever imprison my body, because my spirit is free. My soul unfettered. I have the Lord's promise of salvation, and that key unlocks every door to the very gates of death and beyond.
Christian! I've remembered something. Something that, in our despair, we've stupidly forgotten.
Oh, it's useless. There's nothing but despair.
There's the promise. The promise we both believed in when we set out on this journey. It's the key to our escape, and it's somewhere here. Even here, in the deepest, darkest dungeon of Doubting Castle. We must find it. Come on, Christian, help me.
Don't give them even one more day. Kill them tonight.
Tonight? Well, I've just got into bed.
Then get up, get dressed, and get down there!
Well, can't I kill them tomorrow? First thing?
No. Kill them now.
It's not here.
It must be. Keep looking. We haven't tried the other corner. Let's try there.
Oh, it's too dark. I can't see.
Feel.
There's nothing. Oh, wait. Here's something. It's a loose stone. Oh, it's shifting. Oh, no. There's something inside. Oh, I can't reach it. Oh, I think I've got it. Yes.
The key. The promise.
Come on. Hurry.
Hurry, despair. We must destroy any hope.
I'm coming, my love.
Quick, this way. I'm coming.
Did you hear that?
Well, they've got away.
I knew it. I told you. Get after them.
No. Let them go. There'll be others.
Having escaped from Doubting Castle, Christian and Hopeful find their way back to the stile and go on with their journey. At last, they come to the Delectable Mountains and make their way up one of the mountainsides, through gardens, orchards, and vineyards, and among sparkling fountains from which they drink deep draughts of cool, refreshing water. At the top, they meet with the shepherds who tend their sheep on the mountains.
Hello! Travellers! Where are you heading? The Celestial City.
We're pilgrims.
I am Christian, and this is Hopeful.
My name is Knowledge, and these men are my brother shepherds, experienced and sincere.
Hello.
Where are you from, pilgrims?
I come from Vanity Fair, and Christian is from the City of Destruction.
It's a wonder that you've come so far. All too few set out upon that road travel long enough to reach this place.
Why is that?
A little way below these mountains, there's a stile that leads into a meadow. Bypath Meadow, it's called. Surely you must have passed it on your way here.
Yes. Yes, we saw the stile.
Because the way is rough, some pilgrims decide to leave the road when they reach that stile and go instead across the meadow, where they are captured by giant Despair and thrown into his stronghold, Doubting Castle, from which few, if any, ever escape.
Christian, Hopeful, this story has affected you, bringing you, as it seems, to the point of tears.
Yes.
Well, that danger is past. Look upon these mountains. This is known as Emmanuel's land, for you are now within sight of his city.
Are they his sheep that you look after?
They are. And he paid dearly for them.
Have we much farther to go to the Celestial City?
It is as far or as near as it's your dedication to get there.
And is the way ahead safe or dangerous?
It is safe for those who follow it safely.
Oh, come. We are commanded by the Lord of the Hill to offer hospitality to travellers on the road to his city. Stay with us a while and enjoy rest and relaxation. And tomorrow my brothers and I will show you some wonders.
Oh, you can see for miles from here.
What's that steep hill? Over there. The one that rises to such a precipitous drop.
That, pilgrims, is the Hill Error.
Many have climbed that hill, convinced that they've gained some new wisdom or understanding, and thinking that from the top they'll see clearly the rightness of their chosen way.
Well, there's someone there now. Walking directly towards the edge.
He cannot see it.
But he'll fall.
Yes, he will.
Oh, he has! Oh, that's terrible! Terrible!
Yes, it is.
Let us show you another sight. One that may lift your spirits. Walk with us a little farther. We are now standing upon the hill clear.
Take this telescope. Put it to your eye. Well? Do you see the gates of the Celestial City?
Yes. Yes, I do. Well, at least I think I do. It's either the gates or something of the glory radiating from the place.
Oh, let me look. I think I see it too.
Keep that sight in mind to encourage you on your way.
You must take this map with you. It shows the only safe way ahead. Keep it safe and use it whenever you are uncertain where to go.
We will.
And another warning. Beware of those known as the deceivers, who might cause you to leave the path.
Now, go on your way, and Godspeed.
When I think how close we came to destruction when we fell foul of giant despair, oh, it makes me tremble. Oh, it looks as though we are going to have company on the road.
That's a very crooked road she's coming along. Hello, friend.
Hello to you both.
Where are you from, and where are you going?
My name is Ignorance. I was born in the country of Conceit, which lies off the road a little way in that direction, and I'm going to the Celestial City.
How do you plan to get into the city when you come to the gate?
Oh, the same as other good people do.
Do you have something? A letter, a document of some sort, to show the doorkeeper so he'll let you in?
I've lived a good life. Prayed and fasted, given money to the poor, and have left my home to go to the City of Gold.
Regardless of what you think about yourself, the one who guards the gates to the Celestial City may not recognize you and think you're nothing but a thief and a robber.
What do you mean?
I mean that you came down that crooked lane back there. You didn't join this road at the narrow gate, did you?
That gate you talk about is a great way off from here. I can't believe that anyone even knows the way there, nor do they need to. We've a fine, pleasant green lane that comes down from our country right into the road.
Then what makes you believe that you're on the right road?
Because my mind is filled with good thoughts that comfort me as I go along.
What sort of thoughts?
I think of the Celestial City and its king.
But so do the Lord Beelzebub and those who serve him.
But unlike them, I think of those things and desire to be a part of them.
Are you certain of that?
My heart tells me so. And isn't it a good heart that has good thoughts? And isn't it a good life that is lived according to the king's laws?
Some have those things and others only think they do.
Forgive me, but you are utter strangers to me. Follow the religion of your country and leave me to follow that of mine, and I'd hope that all will be well for all of us. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'd prefer my own company on the road.
Then we'll go on and wish you a safe arrival at the Celestial City.
I doubt that we'll see Ignorance again.
So do I. Oh, but look up ahead. The road forks in two. Which do we take?
Pilgrims. Pilgrims.
It's someone clothed in shining light.
I've met dazzling messengers such as her before.
My good pilgrims, why ever are you hesitating here at the crossroads?
Because we're not sure which road to take.
You have come so far on your way,
Now is not the time to stop and dither, particularly when you are so nearly at your goal.
You know where we were headed?
Yes, and the right road to take you there.
Oh, then you can direct us to the Celestial City?
As an indication of the rewards to be enjoyed by two faithful pilgrims who have momentarily lost their sense of direction, the king has personally sent me to lead you to his kingdom.
Oh, thank you.
You're very kind.
Come then. No more delay. Let us go on.
Something's wrong. This road is all twists and turns.
I can't even see if the Celestial City is ahead anymore.
I'm afraid. As if we were heading into some kind of danger. I'm caught! It's a net!
Right across the road!
Yes, a net to ensnare the unwary.
A coat of light! It's gone! Let us out!
Set us free! Who are you?
I am Deceiver, and you are the deceived. How long you have followed your precious road to the Celestial City, and how easily you will veer from it. Now, my witless pilgrim friends, I must take my leave of you.
No!
Come back! Set us free!
Set you free, oh no. I will deceive you no longer. You have lost everything. Your pilgrimage is at an end. And it ends here. Farewell.
What fools we've been!
Caught in the net of our own stupidity.
What are we to do?
Somehow we must get free.
It's no good. The more we struggle, the tighter this net becomes.
Well, I can barely move. There's no way out. Oh. Help!
Help!
Help! Help!
What happened? How did you fall into this trap?
Oh, we've been deceived.
We thought we were following one of the king's messengers.
Ah, well, these roads are full of deceivers.
We're trapped.
Now, stop struggling. Hold still. I can cut you free. There.
Thank you.
You've saved us. Now, we must get back on the right road.
Where are you headed?
The Celestial City.
Why do you laugh?
Because I'm afraid you're on a tedious journey at the end of which you'll have nothing to show for your trouble.
Well, you think they won't let us in?
Let you in? Let you into the Celestial City? Believe me, there's no such place in the world.
Well, in the world to come, then.
We've both heard and believed that there is such a place.
So did I. Once. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come so far to look for it.
How long have you been looking?
20 years. And I found nothing. And believe me, I would have found it if it was there to be found. Anyway, my days of looking are over. Now I'm going home to enjoy all those things that I threw aside when I set out on this foolish quest.
Is this true, do you think?
He saw the gates and the glory from the top of the delectable mountains. Don't listen to him.
You're right. Well, thank you for your help and your advice. But we intend to continue with our journey, for we believe that we walk in faith, and that what we believe in is the truth.
Hey-ho. Very well, then. I'll be on my way. All I can wish you is better luck than I had.
What is your name, sir, in case we ever meet again?
I doubt we shall, but my name is Atheist. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh. I thought we were almost at the end of our journey, and still we face difficulties.
We'd best go back to where the road forked and try another path. Come on.
Oh, look who's waiting for us.
Evangelist.
Christian. Hopeful.
Evangelist, we are so glad to see you. We have been very foolish.
Why did you take the wrong road?
We followed a woman who said she could lead us to the Celestial City.
And you believed her?
We thought she was one of the king's messengers.
But her real name was Deceiver.
Yes, but didn't the shepherds on the Delectable Mountains warn you about her?
Yes, We forgot.
We didn't imagine that such a fine-spoken person could be a deceiver.
That is why you were warned.
We only followed her because when the road divided, we weren't sure which road to take.
But didn't the shepherds give you a map?
Yes. Yes, they did. We forgot that too.
We were wrong and very foolish.
From now on, be ever watchful. You are almost at your destination. But even though you are so near to the celestial city, you could still fail. Now, be on your way, and God speed you to the city of gold.
So, on they go, until the pilgrims come at last to a land where the sun shines day and night, where the air is sweet, and where the grass on either side of the road is carpeted with the most exquisitely fragrant flowers. This is the land of Beulah, and here the pilgrims are within sight of the city, the brilliance of which fills the sky. But directly before them flows the river of death.
No one has ever told us anything about a river.
But there are people on the bank, filled with light, dressed in gold. I can hardly look.
Too dazzling.
How could we have ever mistaken that deceiver for one of these?
Well then, you two. So, we meet again.
Ignorance.
Welcome, friends. You have only one more difficulty to overcome, and you are in the city.
Only this river now lies between you and the gate to the city.
It looks deep.
You will find it deep or shallow, according to how much you believe in the King of the Celestial City.
Isn't there a bridge?
No bridge.
But I cannot swim, and I have come all this way. What am I to do?
Perhaps I can be of help.
Who are you?
The ferryman. Vain hope, they call me. But better a vain hope than no hope, I say. Step lively there.
Well, is this safe?
If you sit still and don't fidget. Right. One-way trip to the celestial city.
Careful! I'm getting splashed!
It looks as if ignorance will get there first.
Unless you swim this river, you will not reach the gates to the city.
The thought fills me with terror.
Come on, Christian. The last difficulty. Keep going. We can make it.
I'm sinking. I'm full. I'm sinking.
Courage, Christian. You can't sink. I can feel the bottom. It's fine.
It's not. It's not. I'm going to drown.
Keep your head up. Don't let the waters drag you under. We're not far from the shore.
It's all dark, Bill.
Christian!
I'll never get to the city.
Don't give up. I can see the gate and more people dressed in gold waiting for us.
It's you they're waiting for, not me. You've been hopeful ever since I knew you.
So have you? Have you forgotten the Lord of the Hill, or his cross where your burden fell from your back? The Lord who guided us through much darkness. Remember him now, and you will not sink.
Oh yes. Yes. I see him. He's speaking to me. I hear him. When you pass through the waters, I shall be with thee.
We're almost there, Christian.
Oh yes. I can feel the bottom. It's shallower now.
Here, give me your arm. We're almost at the bank.
You have crossed the river of death and are come to the king's shore.
You have each of you a scroll.
Your papers, certificates, that were given you as a sign of your worthiness to enter the city.
Oh, yes. Here is mine.
And mine.
You have faithfully followed your pilgrimage to its end. These papers shall be taken to the king.
Then will the gates be opened, and you will go in with joy.
And see our Lord face to face.
Here you are. This is where you get off.
Well, I must say it looks as if I crossed that fearful river a lot easier than you two. And without getting soaked.
What business have you with the Celestial City?
The king's business. My name is Ignorance, and I've been told that I may go in and eat and drink with him and those who dwell in the City of Gold.
Have you a scroll or certificate to show that you would be welcomed here?
Well, no. No, I don't. But you see, I was told quite clearly
Ignorance, you have no place within the walls of the city, and its gates will not be open to you. Shining Ones, bind her and take her away.
Like Christian and hopeful, I watch as they carry her up through the air to a door that opens in the very side of the hill beneath the city. The doorway to hell at the very gates of heaven. And there, Ignorance is cast in.
Pilgrims, the hill on which stands the City of Gold is before you now.
It's a very steep hill, and we are weary.
You will never be weary again, or sick or sorrowful. All such things are left behind, washed away by the river, as were your mortal clothes.
But are we fit to enter without clothes?
You will be given white robes and crowns of gold to wear, and be clothed in glory and majesty.
Come.
Oh, but we will fall.
No, for we will support you.
Up they go, through the regions of the air, to the Celestial City, to the City of Gold, which stands upon foundations that are as old as time, and higher than the highest clouds of heaven. And, reaching the outer walls of the city, they see a great company of the heavenly host, coming to greet them with music and song.
Home! At last, you can go home.
Can this really be true?
His Majesty the King has issued some declaration or other, giving indulgence to religious criminals such as yourself, eh? Well, it may have taken 12 years, but at least you've the satisfaction of knowing that the King gave in before you did.
Home at last.
Yes. 12 years. What a waste.
Huh?
12 years, nothing to show for it but scribble, scribble, scribble. A terrible waste.
Oh no, my friend. A wonderful gift.
All the struggles and hardships of our journey seem suddenly unimportant. See the words above the gate?
In letters of gold.
Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Enter ye into the joy of your Lord.
Blessing, honor, glory, and power be to the King forever and ever.
By the King's command, open the gates and make these pilgrims welcome.
The bells of the city ring out for joy, ring out in welcome.
Can this really be for us?
Yes, my dear companion. I believe it is.
So do I. Oh, we are here, my friend. We are here. At last. We have come home.
As the gates open to let in the pilgrims, I look in after them, and behold, the city shines like the sun, and the streets are indeed paved with gold. And walking there are many men and women with crowns upon their heads and golden harps on which to play sweet music in praise of the king. And at long last, Christian and hopeful see the king, the holy lord and master of the city, as he truly is. Then the gates swing shut, and having seen those who dwelt inside, I wished myself among them. So I awoke, and behold, it was a dream, only my dream.
But one to be shared. Why is it not? Most dreams fade away, almost at the moment of our waking. But this...
Perhaps, despite its many imperfections...
Such as the fate of his wife.
His wife?
Yes, Christian's wife. The woman you left to her doom in the city of destruction.
Yes. What did become of her, I wonder?
And the children?
Perhaps someday I might tell that story too. How she...
Christiana, you could call her.
How Christiana and her children set out upon the dangerous journey to follow Christian, and at last come safely to the same country, to the city of gold. Yes. Such an idea might make me dream again.
Part 3 of The Pilgrim's Progress starred Anton Rogers as Bunyan and Neil Dudgeon as Christian. Alec McCowan played Evangelist, Don Warrington Beelzebub, and Graham Crowden Faithful. Caroline Lee Johnson was Elizabeth, Ewan Meredith the jailer, and Derek Waring the judge. Paul J. Metford played Hopeful, Stephen Thorne Giant Despair, and Frances Jeter Mrs. Despair. Chris Moran played Knowledge, Philip Fox Sincere, and Damien Lynch was Experience. Rachel Atkins played Ignorance, Declan Wilson False Confidence, and Cherie Taylor Baptiste Deceiver. The Angels were played by Jamie Barbakoff and Lydia Leonard. The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan was dramatised for radio by Brian Sibley. The music was composed by David Chilton, and the director was Pam Fraser-Solomon.